I'm currently in work at the moment, but I wanted to get some kind of video out for the AliExpress sale, so hopefully this won't be too bad quality wise. I've done this before. I'm just recording it on my laptop in my break, so as I say, hopefully it won't be too bad quality wise. But I've got some interesting pieces here, hopefully some of which you won't have seen before, others you might have, but I'll try to mix it up a bit so you don't just see the same watches over and over again. But let's get into it anyway. So first up, we've got this San Martin. This one I've actually got in at the moment. I just haven't got around to doing the review just yet because I've been busy with work. So if you want to see a full review of this, I'll try and get it out hopefully on Wednesday or Thursday maybe, because as I say, currently in work. But it is an interesting one. I've got a video there, but we might have a look at that in a minute. Just quickly scroll down first and go over some of the pictures and the specs and stuff. So you can see we've got it in either white or black dial version. But the interesting thing with this one is the bracelet. Don't know if it's going to have pictures of it down here. Let's have a look. Okay, we've got the dimensions, so we'll look at that while we're here. So we've got 39mm diameter, 20mm lug width. Doesn't mention the thickness on there. Oh no, it does, sorry. 12.8mm. Got the NH34, and then we've got that pretty good lug to lug, 48.5. 100 meter wall resistance, and you know it's going to have good lumen to San Martin. It's actually got BGW X1 apparently. As I say, I haven't actually tested this fully yet, just haven't had the time. Do we have any... Okay, you can see the bracelet here a bit more clearly. Some nice close-ups of the dial too. Really nice, as you'd expect from San Martin. Oh, here we go. Here's one of the clasp and the bracelet. So you can see we've actually got individual links on this Milanese style bracelet. Not something I've seen before, so I thought this one was interesting. That's why I wanted to get it in and check it out. Oh, they don't have one of the clasp, unfortunately. Maybe it's in that video. It's up to San Martin's usual standards in terms of finishing and everything. There we go. Hopefully they're going to go over the bracelet briefly here now. So you can see you've got the screw links and the articulation there. And when it comes to the clasp, I'm hoping they're going to show the underneath of it. Yeah, there you go. So you got the quick adjust. Well, on the fly adjust there. Really nice. Do like that a lot. And not one I've seen before. So as I say, if you want to see a full review of this, let me know down in the comments. And I'll try and get it out before the sale finishes. Moving on to the next one. So you've probably seen this one before. It's a pretty popular one. I've actually just got one of these in as well. Well, I say just, fairly recently. Again, just haven't had a chance to get around to the review just yet, but it is a really nice looking piece as well. In fact, let's have a quick look at the video again. See what we've got here. So I've actually got this brown kind of sand coloured dial version. This isn't the highest quality video, but you get an idea. And again, if you want to see a full review of this in time for the sale coming up, I'll try and get this out as well, but I might be pushing it, trying to get both. So it is all about the dial with this one. So you can see the price on this is really good. So let's have a look at some of the pictures and the specs. So we've got the VH31, which is nice. I do like these movements. So that's a mecha quartz movement. In terms of the actual size and everything, we've got 46mm lug to lug, which is nice. 12mm thick. We've not got sapphire though. But again, given the price, that's can to be expected. What else have we got? 100 meter water resistance. And again, this is the one I've got, this sand coloured one. But if you're not keen on that, they do have different ones as well. And they all look really good, I think. I've had similar dials on a few other Addiesdive ones. I think I had a blue one and a white one. So I thought I'd go for the brown on this, the sand coloured one. And again, there's just the specs as well. So I've got 19mm lug width. Not ideal. Maybe you'll be able to squeeze in a 20 if you do want to swap it out for a strap, depending on what strap you're using. But it is a really good looking piece. You can see you've got that blue AR on there though. So that might put some off, but again, for the price, I don't think you can complain too much. So next up, got this Seestern GMT. And again, got the NH34 with this one. And we've got plenty of different colours. And we actually go free strap with it as well. Get a zoom in here so you can see this a bit better. So we've got sapphire crystal, 39.5mm diameter, thickness of 13mm, not too bad. 100 meter water resistance. Ooh, does that mean the lug width is 19 again on this? Not ideal if it is. 47mm lug to lug though. Pretty good. And again, there's all the different colours. Some definitely work better than others, I think. It is nice that they give you some different colours as well, not just your standard ones. So if you do want something a little bit different, you can go for that. Yeah, so apart from that 19mm lug width, I think it looks like a really good watch. I'm not overly keen on display case back with the NH34 movement. Not the best looking of movements, but I guess that's personal preference. Nice sign crown though. Nice curvature to those lugs as well, and they are drilled. So that would be good if you do want to swap it out. Finishing looks pretty good on the dial. I do quite like it with that strap as well. I think that suited quite well with that cream colour dial. So moving on to the next one. So we've got this Hruodland here. Looks like it's got a really nice loom profile on it too. It's definitely got that vintage look to it. 200 metre water resistance. And I do quite like that case back. Something a bit different, not something I've seen before. Fairly flat case, might wear quite flat on wrist, but other than that, I mean they do a sterile dial version as well. Okay, so you've got a black and a more of a vintage kind of brown kind of colour. So, and a 41.8mm, pretty compact lug to lug though. And again, 20mm lug width instead of that 19 that we had on a couple of the other ones. Only mineral crystal, but apparently it's got a diamond film on it, so it's basically a sapphire coated mineral crystal. And as you'd probably expect, we've got that C3 and BGW9, as we saw in the picture earlier. 200 metre water resistance, and then the NH35. I do like that retro dial. It's got almost like a red hue to it, like a reddy kind of brown. Definitely interesting. Oh, got a quick release on the strap as well. It's good to see. Missed that before. Would have been nice if we had a signed crown, but other than that, I think it looks good. So, on to the next one. We've got this Steeldive Monster Homage. So I've had a Monster Homage before. I think I had a Heimdall one, if I remember correctly. I ended up actually selling that one. I kind of regretted it afterwards, so I might pick one of these up. They've got some really interesting colours. And different strap options as well. So you can get the bracelet or the strap. And obviously they all colour match depending on what dial you go for. So they look pretty nicely finished. Pretty similar to the Heimdall from what I can remember. And you know the Steeldive have pretty good quality when it comes to their watches. So let's take a scroll down, see what we've got specs wise. So case 42.2. Thickness, obviously with it being a Monster Homage, it's pretty thick. 20mm lug width, got that ceramic 120 click bezel, sapphire crystal, NH36, 200 metre water resistance. Oh, there we go. There's some actual pictures of the watches, the different dial colours. And as I say, some pretty interesting colours there. Pretty funky ones if you want something a bit different. And then the new Steeldive clasps, they're actually branded and milled. Well, I'm assuming it's milled anyway. Pretty good loom as well. Again, as you'd expect with Steeldive. Pretty much what they're known for now. Really good loom on a budget. And they've actually got the branding on the rubber strap as well, if you want to go for that. It's a nice little touch. Does look like a good quality one as well. Signed crown there too. Next up, this is one of the newer ones that I've not seen before. And as you can see, it's an early bird price for this one. So let's see what the video's like on this. I do like that blue hand on there. Just breaking up the pretty classy looking white. It's actually textured this dial as well. It does look really nicely finished. Cadisen are definitely starting to up their game. No, not my favourite when it comes to case backs like that. If you can have a display case back, show us the movement. If we're not going to see the movement, I don't really see the point of having the display case back at all if you're going to cover it up. Okay, so let's see what the water resistance on this is, considering they're doing that to it. Yeah, so 100 metre water resistance. You probably don't want to be submerging it, as it says. NH35, so 40mm diameter, 47.5 lug to lug, 11.5mm thick, 20mm lug width. So we'll get on to the next one now. So take a quick look at the video, see if it's any good. So if you're after something a bit more vintage kind of looking, retro style, this might suit you. They do this brown one, green one, and a blue one. And again, really good price, I think. Obviously that price they're talking about there, it was never that price. So NH35, 42mm diameter, 24mm lugs, is that right? Okay, that might be right, yeah. So you might not be able to change the strap on this. I'll have to see on the pictures a bit lower down. So we have got sapphire crystal, 200 metre water resistance. Obviously you're not going to be going swimming with that strap. The loom's looking pretty good. Unsigned crown. I do quite like that strap. I think it suits the watch really well. And leather backed as well. Yeah, so I don't think you can change that strap. Can we see any more detail on that? Yeah, doesn't look like you can swap it out. Or if you can, you can't do it easily. So getting on to the next one. Brand that I haven't actually checked out on the channel, but I've heard some good things about them. And this one looked really interesting. So we've got a titanium diver with a PT5000, or you can get it with an SW200. And I think for that kind of money, obviously it jumps up a lot with the SW200, but with the PT5000, I think they're rock solid movements. I've never had any bad experiences with them myself. Got a decent amount of watches with them in now, some of which I've had for years. Okay, we don't have a video on this one, but you can see on this, those applied indices look really impressive. So we'll be checking that out when we scroll down a bit. Pretty nice design on that clasp. I'd really like to see that logo on the dial. I think that'd look pretty cool. Just that. You don't need the Thorn, I don't think. That's interesting. It's actually mentioned in the ETA. Obviously that is what these two watches are cloning. So 39mm diameter, 44.4mm lug to lug, 12.1mm thick, 20mm lug width. Again, titanium sapphire crystal, specifically mentioned in the AR, so hopefully that'll be quite good. And then the titanium bracelet as well. They do look really nice, these, I think. I'm very tempted to get one. As I say, I actually think it would have been even better if they just had that logo and got rid of the text on the dial. But the finishing overall looks really good. Can't fault it on that. Those indices, which have got no border, they're just solid lume by the look of it. So I imagine the lume on this would be pretty impressive. And it's just a really cool effect, I think, having it without the border. Really nice finishing on those hands, so again, not keen on that font though. Would have been nice if they'd had the logo on the crown, same as on the clasp. Some interesting things going on with that, and as I say, specs wise, for the money, I think it's a cracking watch. Getting on to the other one, and this is another Thorn one. And you can get it sterile if you don't want the Thorn branding on, because I know some people won't like that. So let's get on to the specs. So we've got the bronze case, 40mm diameter, plug to lug, it's a little on the large side, 50.4, then 14.2mm thick, again, fairly thick too. But I think quite a bit of that might be that crystal, which is sapphire. Then we've got the matching bronze buckle as well, 20mm lug width. And there we go, again, talking about that bit with the water, little change colour. Obviously you don't want to be seeing that though. I think it is a really good looking piece though. But I can see why that lug to lug is quite large, because those lugs are pretty long. Would have been nice if they'd shorten them slightly. I do like the strap that they've got with it though. Matches the watch perfectly. Really classy looking piece, I think. You can kind of see the crystal on that one a bit. Lume looks pretty decent too. Oh, I do really like that. I'm tempted with this one as well. As I say, I've not had a Thorn watch before, but these two are really tempting me. We've got drilled lugs as well, which is good. So if you do want to swap that strap out, you can do it quickly and easily. And there's some pictures of the sterile one as well. I think it still looks good. I think there's enough going on the dial that it can kind of get away with it. No sign crown. Got that design on the case back again. Again, I don't know why they didn't just have that on the dial. There's nice, interesting stuff going on there. Where there's a will, there's a way. So, as I say, that is the last one. Hopefully this video's not been too bad. As I say, I'm in work, so I've done the best I could. But I wanted to show you some interesting pieces. Hopefully some that you won't have seen before, and that you might be interested in maybe getting. If you do, links are down in the description for all of these. They are affiliate links, do help support the channel, but you don't pay any extra. But thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next one.